Welcome guys to a brand new video on solo leveling Arise. Now in today's video, what I want to do is focus on the best build for Sung Jin Woo. So I have made a video like this previously, but I haven't made an updated one with the new artifact sets that we currently have. So of course we have Workshop of Brilliant Lights, we've got the new instance and encore missions where we can get new artifact sets for Sung Jin Woo. It is going to be a lot easier to get better stats and better better weapons from the new encore missions and instance dungeon, since you have 6 tickets you can use every single day. So compared to Workshop of Brilliant Lights, where you literally only get 2 tickets every single week, well, excluding the free tickets they do give us, or free invitation they do give us. But I want to go over the best build for your Sung Jin Woo, the best build you should be using for him, the artifact sets, the skills, the blessing stones, the weapons, and just overall best way to use your Sung Jin Woo to make sure it's hitting as hard as possible. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful and overall useful. Continue to support the channel, click the like button. Let's go ahead and get 50 likes in today's video. Well, before we carry on with the video guys, let's go ahead and talk about today's sponsor. Go ahead and play Revenger Saga Idol RPG, a game in which you become a god who has just been reborn as a mere human, and your goal is to basically level up, become unstoppable, and give the gods a piece of your revenge, and you can experience infinite power right at your fingertip. You guys want to do that? Then play the game right now, and you guys can get yourself amazing rewards from just logging in. So log in right now to receive 1 million free crystals and over 2,000 summons on your very first day. And the rewards keep coming, because if you log in, and you can get yourself free god tier weapons from just logging in. And we also have a coupon code that you guys can go ahead to and use, and you guys can claim amazing rewards. And there are over 80 different costumes in the game. Some of them are spooky, some of them are you playing as a knight, and some of them are even hot. It's a hot bikini costume, and who doesn't like that? Now defeat bosses, slay monsters, defend the towers, and you can use different type of strategies to get stronger. And there are over 50 skills, oh my days, and different classes available in the game. You can become a warrior, a magician, a gunner, a crusader, and this can be done by just playing this amazing game. Link will be in the comment section and in the description of the video. Don't forget to use the coupon code so that you guys can get amazing reward, and definitely go ahead and play this game, because I will. Let's get right into the video. So Sung Jin Woo, as you can see, I'm rocking the swimsuit costume for Sung Jin Woo, which isn't free. You have to buy the hunter pass, but that's besides the point. My Sung Jin Woo is just dripped out, looking absolutely sexy, my boy. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the first important part, which is weapons. So, you know, depending on the content you're going against, determines what weapons you want to use. But in general, the dark weapons are the best. So the Plume Sword is honestly the go-to weapon you would use over and over again, simply because of that crit rate and crit damage buff you get, which is very important. Now the Moon Shadow is also another great weapon to use, because it focuses on increasing your overall damage that you can do with your Sung Jin Woo. Now for general content, most of the weapons I use is always this too, like Plume Sword, the Moon Shadow weapon, that's the go-to weapon. But of course, depending on the content we're going against and the elemental advantage, you switch your weapons to suit that recommended element. So if it's against water type, of course, you know, you use the Grimoire. Now Skadi, I don't think is that great of a weapon at low investment, so maybe you need dupes before you start using the Skadi. But for what I know, after my testing with the Phoenix Soul, this weapon is crazy good. So even if you have it at 0 stars, this weapon is actually crazy. So definitely a go-to fire weapon for any content that requires fire weapons. To be honest, this weapon ain't too good. The Demon King's Longsword, it doesn't really increase the damage by a lot. Most of the other weapons we have is good, especially with the Shadow Scythe, the Grimoire, the Huntsman, again the Phoenix Soul. But when it comes to these weapons at the bottom, they are not too good, especially the Vulcan Rage. It isn't that great as a weapon. But of course, we do have some SR weapons that are actually crazy strong. We have West Wind, honestly top tier weapon, definitely build right now, definitely go ahead and use that. We also have other SR weapons that are actually crazy good, like the longbow, but of course you're only going to be using these SR weapons when you're going into content where the recommended elements is very important. Oh yeah, we also have this new weapon. It isn't going to be too crazy, but because you can, you know, level up this weapon by a lot, you can get limit breaks for this weapon. This weapon is actually not too bad. Again, not as good as the other limited weapons we have, but hey, if you don't have maxed out SSR weapons, this weapon is going to be good in general. So yeah, also a good weapon to go ahead and, you know, work on. Oh, I actually have dupes for these other weapons. That's cool. That's cool. So yeah, that's the weapons that I wanted to talk about, but more specifically the plume sword. Literally, like, go to crit rate, crit damage. You can't go wrong with that. So that's the weapon section. Next up, we have to go over to the main part, the artifacts. And again, we do have the blessing, not a blessing, sorry, the burning curse, the what's the rest of them, workshop of brilliant light. We get like the best artifacts from here. So this is the main stuff we can get. So we have the boots of burning curse, the burning, oh, that's burning curse again. Wait, where am I looking at? We got curse and greed, and then we also have what's it called, there we go, we also have the blessings as well. So in general, for Song Jin-woo, the best one is the curse one. It's as simple as that. This is it. This is the best artifact set for Song Jin-woo. But of course, now with the addition of the level 75 artifact sets, probably going to be much easier to build Song Jin-woo with this, because it doesn't require 8 pieces. So if I go over to the, where is that section right now, Codex, let's go over to Codex real quickly, go over to artifacts, we scroll down. So as you can see, we got level 75. You can still use the old build if you have the best like stats from here. So of course you can still use the expert set for Song Jin-woo at level 75, guys, level 75. You can also use the, again, going back to the previous sets we've been using before, where is it, the one that increases crit rate and crit damage. Where is that? Where is that set that increases crit rate and crit damage? I go over to here. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. So we have the toughness set you can use as well. Again, level 75. Then yes, it's worth using. But as like I said, if you have good curse set, definitely go ahead and use that over the other sets. But like I said, it's going to be a lot harder to get the best substats from here. As you can see, the only good substats I have in here is the crit damage, pretty much. This one, the crit damage attack is fine, but I do have certain pieces that are just not that great, especially if you take a look at my overall stats for Song Jin-woo. Yeah, my crit rate isn't maxed out. That's level 43 right here. So sorry, that's 45%, 43% crit rate, so isn't that great. But as look at this is not great at all. So I would love to improve this, but this is not something I can do right now because I don't have a better curse set. But like I said, if you have the best burning and best toughness set, best expert set at level 75, they are useful as well, especially compared to like you know, trashy pieces of the curse set. But I feel like a lot of you guys already start investing into the curse set, so that's worth using anyways. Okay, now going back into Song Jin-woo, let's take a look at the skills over here that are good. In general, this skill over here is the best in general because he has almighty break skills that makes it, sorry, I don't need to go like this, go over to here, there we go. This one has crazy almighty breaks, as you can see, with each one of them, and then some of them also have crazy skills. So this one has invisibility, but when used, increase defense by 15%. That is crazy. And then we have this over here, which increase look at the damage you can do from that. That is crazy, increasing crit hit damage by 50% for 5 seconds. And then we have this one over here. It's just crazy in general. This is the best skill for Song Jin-woo. For whatever elements, depending on the content you're going against, depending on the elemental advantage, use this weapon, use this skill. Use this skill. Next up, I like to use this skill as well. Especially this one, multi-strike skill. But we do have a couple of good skills as well, like the mutilate. Vertical strike is sometimes good, but I like using death dance as well. But in general, I always stick to these 2 sets of skills, literally. That's all I use, and it works well for me. Next up, we got the blessing stone. So what I would like to use is, of course, using the daily quest completion. If this is a content that's very hard and I don't want to die, then I'll use this. But if this is for a power of destruction, you do not need this at all. You don't need this at all. So you can start using mainly blessing stones that increases your damage. So we got a couple like where is it, the pulverizer is actually pretty good, increasing the power of your break effect, and the damage you deal to targets affected by the break effect is increased by 18%. And then we also have other skills as well that are very useful. We have the cooldown skill, blessing stone, sorry. So the cooldown of your skills are decreased by 8%, which is actually very good. We also have, where is it, we got the crit rate buff one, so increasing your crit rate, that's very good. We have this one, when the enemy's HP is below 70%, your damage is increased by a lot. And then we have this weakness detection, an amazing skill as well, worth using. What other blessing stones do we have that are actually good? Besides that, I don't think there's too well, depending on type of enemy you're going against. As you can see, the damage you deal to normal monsters is increased by 20%, so that's actually very useful as well against opponents with normal. And then we also have this one as well. Your damage dealt to bosses is increased by 8%, but the cooldown of your dashes is increased by 18%. So this is also pretty good as well. So that's the blessing stones, that's the skills, that's the weapons, that's the artifacts. Now when it comes to my stats, I just went full attack. Again, I haven't focused on precision over here. Let me just take a look at my precision right now. Where is it? Precision right now, 77%. That's because I have a lot of 5-star weapons, so that's why I'm able to get all of that. But precision, yeah, when you're going against harder content and you don't have the recommended what's called, not recommended elements, you don't have the recommended power level, it's usually better just to focus solely on attack. But for now, with all my 5-star weapons, I don't really notice that much of a difference with precision, but I always find it very helpful to have all my stats be on my attack. But you can also still aim for 90% precision if that's what you want to do as well. But for me, I'm just going full attack, and I find that to be actually very good. So that is it with the video on how to make your Sung Jin Woo deal crazy amount of damage. Thank you all for watching the video to the end, and a huge shout out to Revenger Saga Idol RPG for sponsoring this video. And again, links will be in the comment section and in the description of this video to go ahead and try this game out right now to get yourself amazing rewards and amazing costumes as well.